Minor Justice is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men or women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary in their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. Our motto is anywhere but backwards. Everybody say anywhere but backwards. The words in that mission statement, it says to obtain, and the other one is maintain. Listen to me. To obtain means to come into the possession of something. Maintain means to keep it in existence. Listen. The reason why I say that, everybody say to obtain my sobriety is easy. Our challenge is to maintain it. Say to obtain our sobriety is easy. Our challenge is to maintain it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Minor Adjustments virtual group. I always get excited when I hear my own self say to attain my sobriety is easy. Our challenge is to maintain it. My name is Michael Mickey Williams Jr. And as always, you know our motto, which is rolling on the screen, anywhere but backwards. So today, again, thank everybody for tuning in to the Minor Adjustments virtual group. I see we have people logging on right now. I'm going to give a lot of people more time to be able to log in. Today, I'm going to do a very unique thing. I'm going to basically do like a synopsis of each of the chapters that are in the Minor Adjustments book, the first book, this particular book. I'm going to do a synopsis of what's in this particular book. All right. So hold on. Before I do that, let me see something here, because I want you to be able to know everything that we're going to be going over. And I want you to be able to see everything we're going over. So I'll put it on the screen. Give me a second here. And I will have everything you need on the particular screen. All right. Let's see. Let me get here. And I will put up, I'll put that back up there. And then we'll go through, if you would like to follow along. Prayerfully, you'll be able to just stay up with me. And I'm going to unpack a lot of different things for y'all. All right. I'm going to give you a little bit of information that you can use for your recovery process. The same thing that I use in my own personal life. Like I literally still use them still to this day. All right. So I'm going to pull that up and let me see here. All right. I need that. All right. And I also need, I'm going to pull that up there and I'll point them out to you as I elaborate on each one. And each one are simply the chapters in the book. But I'm going to be able to use, give you some real good pointers, if you understand what I mean. So you'll be able to apply this to your arsenal as you're trying to walk out your own personal recovery walk. All right, let me sit this here. And I hope I'm going to also, another thing, I'm glad I'm thinking about this now. I'm going to also put the link in here to a playlist of our YouTube channel of all the groups we have done this far. So that way you'll be able to go back and you'll be able to watch all the other videos that we have done this far. Okay. So once I do that, you'll be able to have, because this is so much that we have done that I don't want you to miss out on none of it. I don't want you to miss out on none of it. So I'm going to put all that. I'm going to make sure you have everything that I can possibly give you. And I'm going to put it in the comment section so that way you'll be able to grab it straight from the comment section. After this video has ended or whatever, you'll be able to go right in there and get the playlist, and you'll be able to watch it at a later time, if you will. All right. So I'll get that. I got the book in there uploading. Once that upload, that'll be done. Now let me get the playlist for y'all, because I know that there's a lot of different things. Everything that I do goes into like a layer a layer of different things, and I want everybody to have everything. I want you to have it all. I want to give you everything that I can possibly give you to help. So here it is. If you can't get it now, just get it after this live end, and it'll be in the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube, so you'll be able to check it out. All right. So we'll be going over this right here. This is the book that we're going to be going over, but I'm just going to give you different things from outside the book. Okay. I mean, that are inside the book. So one of the things I want to add in here, let's look at it. So the first thing is the mission statement. Whenever you are attempting to do something, let's think about your recovery process, right? Whenever you're attempting to do something, you want to always find out what's the plan. If I'm going to go to a facility, that's your mission. What's your mission? The plan. If I'm going to go to a facility and I'm going to stay here for X amount of time, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to transition to another particular stage. That's the mission. Whatever the mission is, you need to understand in minor adjustments, you need to understand what's your mission? What's the plan? I'm going to a treatment facility. I'm just coming home from incarceration, halfway house, or whatever. You still need to know what the mission is. Let me give you a prime example. I knew that I had to go to a particular facility to get the help that I needed. However, once I was in that facility, it was eventually going to come time for me to leave. I had to find out, okay, what's the mission? What I'm doing after I leave here, because I don't want to just make it up as I go. So me being a faith person, the Lord told me what to do after that particular program. I went to those, and then I followed the steps. That was the mission. I followed the mission. Listen to me. I got to pull over, pause, and park right now. I'm still following that exact same mission that I had when I was 15 years ago, when I was struggling with all types of drugs and all that type of criminal lifestyle. I'm literally still following the mission that I have written down. All right. So you got to understand, you got to do that as well. All right. Let me see. Next, a short story. In the book is a short story that I talk about when I was incarcerated and how I met all these different individuals who are in prison and how I built a relationship with these individuals. In the story, I hope that I'll give you the link to try to get the purchase the book as well. But in the short story, it talks about how this particular man, every time I kept going back and forth to jail, he will always be at every facility that they would send me to. True story, right? But the man said something that really had helped me in my life. He was a person that was never going home from prison for some crimes that he had previously committed. But he said, you had the opportunity to leave this prison, go home, and you keep coming back. He says, you going home, but you're not cherishing your freedom. Now, a lot of us, if we're honest with ourselves, we have came into contact with where we have been free from the drugs and alcohol that we used to do. But actually, we went back to it. And one of the main reasons why individuals go back to it is because they didn't cherish the freedom that they had away from it. Now, a lot of individuals come up with a whole list of things why they actually went back to the substance. But literally, if we don't cherish the freedom we have from our substance or alcohol, we'll return back to it and we'll just give it a definition of why we in that situation. When in all honesty, if we cherish our life away from it, we won't go back. All right. So let me keep on. Let me move on to something else. Let me check this too. All right. Let me check here next. So the two things I talked about so far, you want to know your mission. What's your mission? Consists of your plan. What's your plan? You're going to go to this facility. If you're in a particular program, my plan is to stay here this amount of time, reestablish this, do all types of stuff. You have to have a particular mission. The mission consists of your plan. And a short story just means that somebody is going to give you some type of advice. And that particular advice that you have to cherish the advice that they're giving you. For instance, me giving you advice about the 15 years that I have been delivered from my substance issues. Now, the next one is anywhere but backwards. That's our motto. It says anywhere, go anywhere but backwards. This is I try to simplify it. I love the word simplicity. Anywhere but backwards does not mean you're not going to face difficult challenges ahead. It does not mean that you're not going to face relationship issues. It does not mean that you're not going to have bad thoughts about addictions. It does not mean that you're not going to have financial issues. It does not mean that you won't even get some type of sicknesses in your body. I'm saying anywhere but backwards is letting you know that despite anything that comes your way, if you can't learn anything from the Mind Adjustment Program, we always make sure that no matter how many group of people that we're able to teach, we make sure that they at least know anywhere but backwards. Because if you can get that part right there, that, okay, no matter what I face, it's not a mind trick. It's something that you have to get down inside your body, your spirit, soul, and your body, that no matter what comes my way, I'm not going that way. And I'm telling you that is because for 15 years of me being, since the last time I touched alcohol or drugs or any of that, right? Things haven't always went smoothly. When I left the facility, I didn't have a job. I was walking, got a bike, eventually got licensed, got a car. But that didn't happen in like 4 days. That took a process. But no matter what the difficult situations were, I already had in my mind, my spirit, and everything that I can't go back to the life I used to live. So if you're tuning into this right now, or you watch this video later, make sure that you get anywhere but backwards over anything. No matter what comes your way, no matter who won't believe in you, you're going to have individuals who are going to still judge you based off the stuff that you did previously. I don't want you to be shocked, because you might get some clean time and you think everybody going to pull out this red carpet and roll it out for you. I don't want to shock you, because it's not going to be that way. Some people will still judge you based off of the things that you have previously done. And watch this, most of the people who are judging us because of things we have previously done has some type of evidence to feel how they feel. It wasn't as if I didn't steal the stuff out their house. They wasn't lying on me. But anyway, you got to understand that. Now let's move down to some more of these chapters in here. Remember, I'm just going over what I'm going over right now. I don't know if y'all actually have the book, right? But this is the Mind Adjustment Workbook, the first workbook. We just did 8 lessons in the second book, but this is the first workbook. And I'm just doing a synopsis of the chapters, all right? Now, the first chapter, or the first thing you must have, it says, what is the program about? That is representing introduction. You must always have an introduction. My saying, or what I always tell people, the new you has to introduce themselves to the old you. And the reason why you must have an introduction is because the old you is thinking that you're going to keep functioning off of the old system or the old things you used to do. So now that you are this new individual, the new you has to confront the old you. It's you versus you. So you must have an introduction with the old you. So whenever things come up to your mind about doing things that you used to do, that is not the new you. That is the old you who is familiar with those things. And if you do not confront the old you will lead the new you back to what you used to do. Oh my goodness. I pray you understand that. It's you versus you. It's always you versus you. A lot of time we look for blame. We look for, it was the devil. It was the white man. We come up with all that stuff, right? And I'm not telling you to put you down. I'm telling you how I used to do it too. I had to find somebody to justify why I kept doing the things that I was doing, but the person that was responsible for it was me. And I realized that, man, wait a minute. Nobody put a gun to my head to do it. So I was carrying out all those things that was actually harming my body with my own hands. And then once I got the revelation of that it was the old you and the new you. If you are familiar with the Bible, not assuming everybody are familiar or reads the Bible, but in Ephesians chapter 4, it talks about putting on the new man and taking off putting on the new man and taking off the old man. I love that scripture in Ephesians chapter 4, around the 23rd or 24th verse, somewhere around there. It talks about the two men. I love that, because I always knew that it was me versus me. But when I read it in the word of God, it really confirmed what I already was feeling in my spirit. So remember, when you have it, you must have that introduction. No matter what, you must have an introduction. So let's see. Next, it says there's a purpose in your past. See, all these chapters are so beautiful. I gotta be honest with you. I love these chapters, and I go through them over and over again for the last like 13, 14 years. And this is the curriculum that God has placed on my heart to write. And I use it for my own personal life. There's a purpose in your past. So that means if you have been through a particular thing and you might not know why you went through it, I'm here to tell you that there's a purpose in the past, in your past. I don't know what that particular purpose was. I'm not saying that you got sick for a purpose. I'm saying that certain things in your life that you have been through, there's a purpose behind you going through it. I can give you this. I can guarantee you this part of about it in your past. Some of the things that I have been through in my life, I am now using to help other individuals. Now you see what I'm saying? There's a purpose in your past. So there's a purpose. That's why when I talk about the minor adjustments program, our primary purpose, watch this, is to teach men or women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary for their lives. It's right on the cover of the book. And watch this. I noticed that I'm able to teach individuals how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary for their lives, because in my past, I made mistakes that I did not know I was making until I realized later on in life. So now I'm able to use my past and attach it to my purpose to teach individuals so they don't make the same mistake. Ironically, well, it's not shocking. I can tell individuals about things that I did to prevent them from going through it, and they still will go down that same path. I guess they didn't believe the outcome was going to be as I said it was going to be. But when I think about it, I did the exact same thing. This is why I still get sleep at night after talking to my clients who might go back to do things that I tell them they shouldn't do. I still get to go to sleep at night. Not only do I sleep, I snore comfortable, because God always told me when I'm helping individuals who are struggling just like I was, he says, did you give them your best? And without a shadow of a doubt, I can always sleep good knowing, oh, I gave you everything I could possibly give you. I told you what things I can encourage you. I did this. So everything I did, as long as I gave you my best. But remember, there's a purpose in your past. Spend some time, quality time, to find out what that purpose is. How can you use? I have one of my books. If I didn't tell you, I have 10 books that I have published. My very first book is called Pushed Out the Crack House into God's House. How to allow your past to push you into your destiny. That was my very first book. I'll share that link to that book also. But listen, surrender. The next chapter is surrender is the key to your victory. Surrender. A lot of times people ask me, or ask my wife and I, why do y'all teach about purpose first, surrender second? And I tell them the simple thing is, if we can get individuals to think about, if I can just get you to think about you being born for a purpose, it will be easier for you to surrender some bad lifestyle for a better lifestyle. So getting you to surrender something and not promise you or tell you that you have something better, it'll be a real fight, a difficult task. But if I tell you that you were not created on this earth to put drugs and all that in your body to eventually or possibly kill yourself, right? Which take you away from your loved ones, your family, your children, right? Now I know that ain't your purpose. So if I tell you about purpose and you think, if you just think about the purpose, you'll at least put yourself on the path to discovering the purpose why you are here. But surrender is the key to your victory. Once you get the purpose concept down and think about what your purpose is, it'll be easier, I guarantee it, that you'll surrender some bad lifestyles for a good lifestyle. And surrender is the key to your victory. The reason why it's the key to your victory is because you won't be able to walk in, thank you, Lord. You won't be able to walk in a particular door if you don't have the key to open that door. And the key to your victory or opening that door is you surrendering the bad lifestyle for the better lifestyle. As long as you're still connected to the bad lifestyle, there is absolutely, positively no reason for God to have given me the things that he has given me thus far. If he would have tried to give it to me when I was struggling with the substance and didn't surrender from that lifestyle, I would have blew it all. It was no need for him to allow me to touch something that has already been preordainedly mine, but he had to wait till I was at the place where I was willing to surrender. That is how I know surrender is the key to your victory. When you surrender that bad lifestyle for the better lifestyle, it will literally open up doors that I'm still amazed at today. I was talking to somebody today, and when me and him was talking, and he was like, "What you doing now?" And I told him what I was doing. He said, "Yeah, you doing all that?" I said, "Yeah, sometimes it blows my mind still to just think that God will even give me that opportunity to do it. It blows my mind still. It's still amazing. I ain't done yet. I'm just getting started. Don't even let me fool you." All right, the next one is always visualize vertically. Always visualize vertically mean always looking greater than yourself. It's a lot more to that because you have to get the book and read the chapter. But always visualize vertically mean that it's something always greater. It's something greater than you. We are not functioning. I know I ain't. I'm not functioning on my own. Everything that I do is God led. Everything that my breath is all because of somebody higher than me. So always visualizing vertically mean always keep your head up. You might have had a bad day. Keep your head up no matter what. You're going to be able to get through these difficult situations. Always visualize vertically always means that it's always another level. Never get to the place where you think you have arrived. If you ever get to the place and you think you have arrived, you are in a very bad spot. That's where most relapses happen, when a person thinks that the things that they used to do, they don't need to do them anymore. They have arrived. I don't know what arrived means, but I ain't even trying to tell you that I ever get to that place. I learned that the hard way years ago. If you ever find yourself that you're in a place where you think you arrived, get out of there. Always visualize vertically. Let's see what else we got. We got one more. No, we got a couple more. You must have endurance. You must have, you see that right there? You must have endurance. Endurance is a very great virtue to have. The reason why you actually have endurance, if you're listening to me now and you've been through the things you have been through, you must have endurance is because you're going to have to get through some things on your recovery path. You're going to have to get through things just like you made it thus far. You have the ability to continue going forward. You must have endurance. Everything in the program ain't going to go your way. You might want this job. They're going to give it to somebody else. You might break some rules in there and you get a sanction. That's all. It's all good. It's all in the process of you going through the process of your recovery walk and developing your character and being who you are supposed to be. But you must have endurance because there are going to be difficult days. There's going to be rough, tough days. I don't want you to think that everything's going to just work out and be smooth, cookies and cream, as they say. There are going to be some tough times. You must have endurance. When you get through the process of facing things, I've learned, this is free. I ain't going to charge you for this. Watch this. I've learned the majority of things that come your way to try to discourage you, if you endure through that difficult situation, there's something great on the opposite side. But what we do, meaning the individuals who struggle with a substance use disorder, what we normally used to do is when we face with difficulty, we go back to our comfort zone. But I'm telling that you must have endurance because the difficulties are going to come to you. But you have to get through those difficult situations. If you get through those difficult situations on the opposite side of it, it always turns out to be a blessing. But we never, ever used to get through those difficult situations. My mom used to always say, before I got to this level of years and my being away from being delivered from drugs, I used to try before, and I used to always relapse and go back. And my mom used to be like, yo, you was right there. And I'm like, man, how she know? Actually, my mom used to be addicted to alcohol. That's how she knew. But she used to always be like, yo, you was right there. You just keep going back. And I was like, what you mean I'm right there? She said you was faced with a difficult situation. You got frustrated. You got an argument or whatever. And you went back to using drugs because it was your comfort zone. She said, but if you face with those difficult situations and you get through those difficult situations, you'll be able to obtain more things in your life. But I wasn't trying to hear that. She don't know what she was talking about. How she know? But, that's how I was thinking. Like, she don't even know what she's talking about. But now I'm sitting here telling you the same thing she used to tell me all those shit. You must have endurance. You must have endurance because you're going to go through some real tough times. And I ain't telling you that because I'm guessing. I'm telling you that because I experienced it myself personally. Next, minor adjustments. Minor adjustments. This is another chapter in the book. Woo, I might have to do this whole book next time. I'll go through each chapter. I probably will. Minor adjustments. Okay. Minor adjustments is simply you doing something. You don't have to change the overall concept or the overall things that you have been doing. I used to love working out. I like the gym. I don't use substances no more, obviously, but I still like doing the gym. Only thing I removed was the substance. The gym never stopped. Right? Sports. I love watching sports. There's nothing wrong with watching sports and everything. I always love watching sports, but I made one minor adjustment. I moved the substance away when I used to watch these sports. So there's a lot of different things that you have to make, little minor adjustments that you have to make. You don't have to change everything. You might have to just remove a certain thing out of your life, and you will be surprised at how enjoyable it will be if you make these minor adjustments. One of the things that individual told me the other day when he had got to the place where he had stopped smoking cigarettes, and I heard cigarettes is like, I don't know, I don't smoke, but it was cigarettes is very expensive right now. And he says, man, once I made that adjustment of stop smoking, he said, I realized how much more money I have because he was spending all his money on those things. So now when you make these particular adjustments in your life, no matter what it be, it might not be cigarettes, it might not be all that, but I'm saying that whatever adjustments you make, don't try to make these major overhauls. Most people who try to go on some type of diet and change their whole diet at one time, they fail. But if you start with one little thing and grow yourself up to that level, you'll be successful at that. Me, I had cheeseburgers. I used to eat cheeseburgers every 2, 3, 4 days. And while I'm on work, I'm going to get a cheeseburger. But now I eat cheeseburger once a month. I got it on my calendar. When it come up, I'll be excited. It says cheeseburger day. And I go get a cheeseburger. Literally, I made one minor adjustments, which actually helps for me in my particular health. Again, that's not something you might have to do, or you may have to do it. But whatever minor adjustments you need to make, you need to do it. Another minor adjustment that was crucial. I'm going to give you another one. Another minor adjustment that I made was crucial. I used to love hanging out. I'm born and raised Land City, New Jersey. That's all we do. We wait till it get dark to go out, and daytime is boring. And let's wait till it get dark. So one of the things that you I come home early. That's a minor adjustment. Like literally, I don't even be out. If I'm out late, man, I get tired. I ain't gonna be honest with you. If I'm out late, man, I'm like, man, I gotta hurry up home, right? But that's an adjustment that a lot of individuals who struggle with any addiction issues have to make, because we try to stay away from the substance but hang out on the streets. That ain't gonna work. It's just not gonna work like that. And I know some people will probably say, oh no, I'm good, I can still hang out here with my boys and not do this and that. It's not gonna work. That's a minor adjustment you have to make for sure. Let's see, we got another one here. The next one, stay humble. Woo! Stay humble. The reason why one of the chapters in the Minor Adjustment Workbook we teach on humility, watch this one, is because you're going to start obtaining and achieving success. If you follow the instructions and things that I am talking about, you're going to start seeing success. You're going to start being prosperous. Things are going to start working out for you. Watch this. Even when you're facing difficulties, since you never learned now that you must have endurance, you're going to start reaping things. You're going to start seeing fruit for your labor. And the reason why I teach about humility is because you can possibly get to the place, if you're not strong in if your humility walk is not right, you'll start getting all this success and start lording it over people and looking down on people instead of using the life that you have now to help people. So you gotta stay humble. You have to walk in humility, because you're going to start to achieve things. And once you start being successful, if you do not focus on humility, you'll start looking down on people that you actually are supposed to help. Woo! And then watch this. I tell my co-workers this all the time. Don't forget, it wasn't that long ago that you were just like them. Like, even though I've been removed 15 years, right? It's not that long ago in regards to, if a person picks up, no matter if they had 30 years, if they pick up something and relapse, they go right back to the place where that person that they just looked down is at right away. And watch this, it's automatic. You go right back to the state that you just was away from for 15 and 20 years. All the time. It would be fast, just like that. So stay humble, all right? Let's see what we got. One more. Yeah, living victorious. Living victorious. This is one of the things. Watch this. Notice that I did these. Thank you, Lord. The Lord gave me these chapters in a row like that. Watch this. We talk about staying humble, or we talk about humility, and then the last chapter is living victorious. See, if you get your humility right and you start living that life that you have been preordained to live, now that you have your humility in check, now that you are staying humble and you're living victorious, watch this, the things will keep on flowing, because you're not looking high, mighty, prideful, and you don't have this ego. You're living victorious. But before you even start to manifest some of these things, you have checked your ego and your pride in the chapter of humility. Woo! Man, I couldn't have scripted that better. That's how the Lord gave it to me. And again, we just previewed or did a synopsis of all the chapters in this particular book, the Minor Adjustments Program. Minor Adjustments is dedicated to preventing and reducing crime. Our primary purpose is to teach men and women how to make the minor adjustments that are necessary in their lives, which will allow them to obtain and maintain a productive lifestyle after incarceration and or rehabilitation. Our motto is anywhere but backwards. Again, we just wanted to do a synopsis and pour some things into you. I hope that you get the link to the playlist. It's in the video. I put it in the comment section. The link to the playlist of all the videos we did. We'll probably do another video idea next week, and I'll give you some more tips that you can use to apply to your arsenal. Listen to me. No matter where you find yourself at in your stage of recovery, some individuals who are watching this video might have years in their recovery. Some individuals might just start their process today. I don't care if you have 1 year or 15 or 50. All of these lessons in the Minor Adjustment Workbook is able to help you in any area of your recovery process. And to encourage the individuals who might just be starting at a program, you might just got there. I am here to tell you, after 22 years of struggling with drugs and alcohol and a criminal lifestyle and being 15 years removed from it, I am simply a vessel used by God to give you what he tells me is hope and let you know that it's possible. Again, my name is Michael Mickey Williams Jr. And always remember, anywhere but backwards. To God be the glory. I see y'all next Thursday. God bless you.